guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since the last time that I uploaded a video. The reason for that is because college. Ano pa ba? College has been ruining my life. Charot. Hindi, pero also it's kind of true. Finals namin during February. I couldn't say finals week or Hell's week kasi it went on for a whole month. So, ang daming requirements na kailangang ipasa per subject and computation na ng grades. So, you need to fucking comply. So, yeah, I've been busy with all of that choo-choo-ness. And then, aside from that, I also did a short film with my friends. We entered this short film competition something. Ayun, and then, ito na, let's get it on with this video. So as you can tell by the title, I will be sharing everything that I've watched during January and February since I wasn't able to share them before. Since ayun nga, hindi ako nakapag-upload ng video. So this is the time that I will be sharing them now. So yeah, let's get it on with this video, starting off first with all of the films that I watched in January. So first of all, I watched The Mitchells vs. The Machines. This is actually a rewatch. I already shared this film in one of my videos before in the past. So yeah, this is a rewatch kasi wala lang. I just want to rewatch it, okay? And it's actually funnier the second time around. Yeah, it's Oscar nominated, so it's nominated for Best Animated Feature. But I think, I don't know, I feel like obvious na Encanto yung mananalo, so that's that. But yeah, I'm still rooting for The Mitchells vs. The Machines, and it's really good, it's really fun, really over the top, really entertaining. I love it. So next movie is Kill Bill Volume 1. This movie is super cool. It's about Beatrix who was shot by her employer Bill, so she went on and plot her vengeance. So favorite moment ko in this movie is of course when she fought the crazy 88. So she was super cool in that. It had the perfect amount of girl boss, and the whole movie is just super iconic. Yung mga zoom nila ng camera and all that was so fun. All of the cast were bad bitches. I love them all. So the next movie was PORCO Rosso, tama ba? Yeah, PORCO Rosso. So I miss me some Ghibli films. There was a time where I would watch Ghibli films every night, ganon. It's about the pilot or an air pirate who was cursed to become a pig, but that didn't stop him to still fly planes. To be honest, I wasn't super invested in it, but I watched it for the vibes. For the vibes. Yes, let's go. So the next one is Kill Bill Volume 2. So of course I had to watch the sequel. This is also really cool, like the first one. Here she continues her roaring rampage of revenge. As we get to know more about Beatrix, we get more flashbacks and explanations on why she's doing what she's doing. This movie is still badass, but this one had more dialogues and it's quite more emotional since maraming flashback. Ayun nga, it emphasizes her maternal side, like ginagawa niya to because gusto niyang gumanti kay Bill and gusto niyang mahanap yung anak niya because she still thinks na her daughter is alive and all that. So yeah, it was really cool. So after all that violence with Kill Bill, I wanted to watch something chill naman and fun and light. So I watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's about Ferris who pretended that he was sick so he could skip a day at school. He went on an adventure throughout Chicago with his girlfriend Sloan and his best friend Cameron, which is played by Alan Rock. And it's so funny to me because at that time I was watching Succession. I couldn't stop thinking about Connor Roy. Parang I thought, what if this is Connor Roy during his high school years? Anyway, yeah, the movie was really fun, and actually it's one of my bucket list not to have a Ferris Bueller's Day Off then in my life. Next movie was Mad Max Fury Road. So this movie, it's about two of my favorite things. Women and Revolution. So it's action packed, there's a lot of chasing scenes. It's really cool, and the amount of details was superb. So ayun, I also heard that this film had no screenplay. They solely relied on storyboards, which makes sense kasi nga this film is very action-packed, very visual siya. Dun siya naka-rely. So yeah, that would make sense. So I think, and that's also a unique way of making film. So I think that's really cool. So yeah, it's really entertaining. Sobrang thrilling niya panoorin. It was such an unforgettable experience, and the casts and the production were all top notch. Super astig, super ganda, super galing. So next one is Eternals. So hati yung um, opinions dito ng mga viewers. Some of them liked it, some of them not. I think I'm one of those people who didn't enjoy it as much. I don't know, medyo inantok ako, to be honest. I'm so sorry. I love Chloe Zhao though. And of course, my favorite scene here would be that scene where binanggit nila yung BTS and pinatugtog yung Friends by Jimin and Taeyong. Yes. So anyway, next is Hotel Transylvania Transformania. It's the fourth movie of the Hotel Transylvania franchise. And in here, naging monster si Johnny, and human naman sila Drac and the others. And then they tried to find a way kung paano sila mababalik sa dati. Yeah, it wasn't as great as the first two movies. I think the first two movies were good, and the third one was also and then the fourth one is worst. So yeah. The next one is The House. It's an animated anthology film telling 3 different stories from 3 different eras revolving around the same mysterious house. It's kind of creepy, but it's nice, and the details were all really pretty. All 3 stories were interesting, but I think the creepiest one would be the first story. But ayun, for me personally, yung kinakatakutan ko was the second one. Like, to me, that's a straight up nightmare. Like, if that ever happened to me, I'm done, bitch. Bye. So the next movie is Phantom Thread. It's about Reynolds Woodcock, a great dressmaker who is a master at his craft and is kind of obsessed with his work. He doesn't have time for other things until he met Alma, who became his muse and lover. Alma is the only one who can make Mr. Woodcock take a break from working. I thought that this was going to be a heartwarming love story at first, but it's actually kind of twisted. Nevertheless, the movie felt delicate and pleasant. It's about love, vulnerability, passion, and power dynamic. Next movie was Django Unchained. With the help of a German bounty hunter, a freed slave sets out to rescue his wife from a brutal Mississippi plantation owner. Jamie Foxx, you are so cool. Not gonna lie, aside from the story and this being made by Tarantino, I also watched it because of the infamous Leonardo DiCaprio meme, and it was worth it. So next movie that I watched was Seven, a film about 2 homicide detectives desperate to hunt for a serial killer who justifies his crimes as absolution for the world's ignorance of the 7 deadly sins. OMG, the ending of this movie, grabe yung twist. Basta ang ganda ng ending, parang sobrang ang genius, In the scene where John Doe finally surrenders, oh my god, that gave me chills, bro.
After this, I'm gone.
No big surprise.
Detective!
You're looking for me.
So anyway, last but not least, for January films, I watched Spider-Man No Way Home. I saw it in theaters. The whole world finds out that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and his friends' lives are affected. To fix this, he asks help from Doctor Strange to make everyone forget about his identity, but that spell fucked up, which brought the Spider-Man variants and villains from different universes. So yun, I had a blast watching this. It was so much fun. It's a great cinematic experience. Yeah, my bestie and I were simping for Andrew Garfield the moment he came out of that portal. And yeah, it was just so much fun. Willem Dafoe was acting. He was acting. paying for his life. He was so impressive. And so that is all for all the films that I watched in January. Let's now move on to all of the shows or series that I've watched in January. So the first one na natapos ko during January was Our Beloved Summer. Years after filming a viral documentary in high school, two bickering ex-lovers get pulled back in front of the camera and into each other's lives. So everything about this is so pretty. I cried in that one episode. I'm not gonna tell which one because I don't want to be dramatic, y'all. But yeah, and the OSTs were all so good. So next one is Succession. So I started watching this in December, I think. And then natapos ko siya nitong January all the way from season 1 to season 3. So if you don't know what Succession is, it's about the lives of the Roy family as they contemplate their future once their aging father begins to step back from the media and entertainment conglomerate they control. It's not Emmy nominated for nothing, bro. Like the writing, the acting, and the score. Oh my god, L to the OG.
L to the OG. Dude be the OG. And he playing. Make some noise!
So the next show naman was DP. It's a K-drama. A young private's assignment to capture army deserters reveals the painful reality endured by each enlistee during his compulsory call of duty. I love the balance brought by the comedy of the show kasi diba very serious yung story niya, and Junho and Hoyeol are the best duo ever. So next naman is another K-drama. It's All of Us Are Dead. A high school becomes ground zero for a zombie virus outbreak. Trapped students must fight their way out or turn into one of the rabbit infected. So it had a great opening. The first two episodes were my favorite. It was really thrilling, you know, nakaka-entertain talaga siya panoorin. I just wish na they made it shorter kasi I swear kayang ikwento yung story nito in just 2 hours. They stretch it out too much. Yung ibang episodes, they became repetitive and boring. Next naman is, I don't know what's next. What is next? Oh, last na pala to. Last show that I finished during January. It's another K-drama and it's Snowdrop. An enduring love story in 1987 sold Young-ro, a female university student, treats the bleeding Sunho, a student attending a prestigious university who one day bumps into women's university dormitory despite the dangerous situation. Jung Hae-in, the man that you are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nakakaloka. Like, I was just simping over him during the whole show. And Jisoo was acting. She was acting for her life, bro. She was so good. So yeah, that is all for January. Those were all the shows and films that I've seen. So moving on naman tayo to February. Starting off first with all of the films that I watched in February. So the first one was Ghostbusters Afterlife. So honestly, I didn't really pay much attention to this movie, but I think they did a No Way Home in this. You know, kung saan nag-cameo yung mga original cast from the original Ghostbusters movie. So ayun, according to the premise, a family discovered their connection to the original Ghostbusters and they did something about it, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. The marshmallows were cute, I guess. So the next one was Mean Girls. This is a rewatch. I've watched this film before, so it's so fetch, and I think it's timeless. It's still funny and super iconic. You already know what it is. It's a classic. So next one naman was X-Men. So yung unang-unang X-Men. So during February, napag-desisyonan ko na panoorin yung X-Men franchise in preparation for the Multiverse of Madness na i-release sa May. Two mutants, Rogue and Wolverine, come to a private academy for their kind whose resident superhero team, the X-Men, must oppose a terrorist organization with similar powers. So yeah, pinanood ko siya according to release dates. So, following that was X2, of course, yung sequel. Kalaban naman nila dito si Colonel William Stryker, isang anti-mutant plano niya na burahin yung lahat ng mutants sa mundo, so the X-Men try to stop him. Ginampanan naman to ni Brian Cox, so like I said, you know, Succession. I couldn't stop thinking about Succession, so I can't help but think that this was Logan Roy's early years of being a villain. And then after those two X-Men movies, it made me miss the MCU, so I rewatched Thor Ragnarok. It's one of my top MCU movies. I actually consider this as one of my comfort films. Bet na bet ko that it's comedy, so ang fun and light lang niya panoorin. And of course, it gave us one of Thor's coolest superhero entrance. So following Thor Ragnarok, of course, I watched Avengers Infinity War. So rewatch din to. It's also another one of my top MCU movies. I also think na this was Captain America's best look, you know, with the beard and kind of the long hair thingy. And one of the things that I also like about this film is how for the first time nakatikim naman ng talo yung mga superheroes natin. So, you know, that was something new. So after that, ayun na, I went back again to the X-Men franchise. So the next one was X-Men The Last Stand. Nung may na-formulate na cure for the mutants, nagkaroon ng debate and gulo, I guess. Parang nahati yung opinion ng mga mutants. Some of them wants to kill these people na gusto silang i-cure. Some of them were like, you know, like chill about it. I don't know. Ayun. The ending was kind of silly. Actually, I find it really silly kasi pinatay ni Wolverine si Jean, which was so funny to me kasi like she's one of the most powerful beings sa Marvel and pinatay lang siya ni Wolverine. That's kind of unbelievable, you think? Yeah, and not also that, but nung, di ba sinaksak siya ni... What am I like that? That's Spider-Man. Nung sinaksak siya ni Wolverine was like, no! Like, girl, you just stabbed her. Like, what do you expect to happen? Of course she's gonna die. Like, that was your plan all along. Tapos nung namatay, you said no. Ano ba talaga? Ano ba talaga gusto mo mangyari? So yeah, yun lang naman yung rant ko with that movie. So following that was X-Men Origins Wolverine. So, you know, it's just, you can tell by the title itself, origin to ni Wolverine. And yeah, all I can think about this film is Troye Sivan playing younger Logan. Ayun, yun lang masasabi ko kasi ewan ko ba sa mga X-Men films ang papangit. Charot. So the next one is Pusong Bato. It's a short film. So Pusong Bato or Stoneheart is about Cinta de la Cruz, a middle-aged faded actress who tries to relive and remember her glorious days as a movie star in the 1970s. She does this by watching films at home every day until one day, during an earthquake, something breaks into her window and wakes her up from her Hollywood dream. So, wala akong na-get sa movie na to be honest. I think it's very symbolic, you know, ganon. And very stylish, very eccentric. But I really did enjoy it and I think na ang ganda niya. Like, ang ganda ng production design. So, yeah. So, it's directed by Direk Martika Escobar. So, after watching that, pinanood ko yung another short film niya which was Living Things. So, Living Things is about Keynes and Charles who have been together for almost a decade. One day, Keynes wakes up and discovers that her lover has changed. Literally. Although troubled at first, she eventually understands that what happened is a natural phenomenon. Through this, she is reminded that people change all the time and love can change people. I guess you could say that this movie was my thing. I love Direk Martika's style. They're very eccentric, but they're really interesting and she pulls it off well. Next naman is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so the new one. After nearly 50 years of hiding, Leatherface returns to terrorize a group of idealistic young friends who accidentally disrupts his carefully shielded world in a remote Texas town. So to be honest, hindi ko pa napapanood yung the OG movie, you know, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I can't really compare it, you know, but according to the critics or sa mga viewers, like this movie was a downgrade and yeah, they didn't really like it. Para siyang modernized na version, you know, canceled era ni Leatherface, literally, kasi they also canceled the movie. So after all those movies, ayun, bumalik ulit ako sa aking X-Men fantasy. So the next was X-Men First Class. In the 1960s, superpowered humans Charles Xavier and Eric Lensher worked together to find others like them. But Eric's vengeful pursuit of an ambitious mutant who ruined his life causes a schism to divide them. So ito naman yung origin ng X-Men, you know, like young days nila Professor X and Magneto, kung paano sila nagkakilala, paano nila nabuo yung Academy, and ayun. Ayun lang naman, it was fun. I liked it. So next naman was Mina Anod. When 3 tons of cocaine land on the shores of a peaceful seaside community, 2 surfers, Ding and Carlo, must decide whether the lure of riches is worth risking family and freedom. So, ang pangit ng film na to. That's all I can say. So, that's all for films. Let's move on naman sa shows. So, for February, isang show lang yung natapos ko. Marami akong pinapanood during February, pero yun nga hindi ko sila natapos. The only show that I was able to complete was PEACEMAKER. So, picking up where the Suicide Squad left off, PEACEMAKER returns home after recovering from his encounter with Bloodsport, only to discover that his freedom comes at a price. So this was so much fun. Ang galing mag-handle ni James Gunn ng mga comic book movies. That intro was super iconic, it's unskippable, and I am happy and proud to see John Cena finally getting recognized for his talent and range. I guess he didn't really had that much to work with his previous project, so this one he was able to show that, you know, showcase that. And ang iconic din nung Justice League cameo sa dulo, that was so surprising, and it was so much fun. That's all I can say. It was so much fun. So yeah, that is all for everything that I watched in January and February. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.